second race of the day for the Kumho Tyres BMW Championship coming up next. Penultimate race of the day. I can tell you there was an amendment to the results earlier on. Brian Branson, number 26, was given a 20-second penalty for contact, dropping him to 6th in the results. Contact with Jason West. He was handed a penalty by the clerk of the course. We'll take a look at how the grid lines up in a moment. So first of all, once again we caught up with a few of the drivers, with Ian down in the paddock earlier.
Well, I'm having a great day, I have to say. There's been so much action. It's almost time for the second Kumho BMW race. We've got Andy Langley over here in the Mini. Let's have a quick chat with him. Just checking tyre pressures here. Oh, he's running away from me. Let's go over here. Andy, what sort of tyre pressures are we looking at here?
So, we're looking at 34 hot at the rear, 32 hot at the front.
Now, of course, race 2. It's going to be a bit warmer, we hope. Does that change anything?
I think, to be honest, probably leave the car the same for me. You know, it's a bit of a test session with these new tyres that we're using, so yeah, we'll see what happens. But
see what happens. Best of luck. We really do enjoy it. Thank you so much. Let's keep on going down, shall we? We've got Mr. Crisp over here as well. Again, doing exactly the same. I think he's just been checking his tyre pressures. Let's just find out what sort of tyre pressures are we going for here.
30 odd.
Okay, 30 odd.
Yeah.
I like that. Good answer. What are we expecting for race 2?
Don't know. We'll see. We're tail end of Class A, so just need to hang on to the front guys.
Yeah, I appreciate it. All right, have a great time,
okay,
and we'll see you later. There we go. Right, almost time for race 2, so I'm going to hand back to your commentator, Dave Goddard. Enjoy the race.
Ian Crisp, a man of few words there. Seems to be slightly playing down his own chances in the 1 Series. We'll never know. See how he gets on here. For this, the second race, the result of race 1 decided the grid for the Kumho BMW Championship round 2, a 20-minute race. So James Card, the earlier winner, will take pole position, hoping his throttle problem from earlier on doesn't return. Says it's all right when the car warms up, but we'll see how he goes in the early stages. Michael Vitulli will start alongside him in the invitation class car. Brad Sheehan and Russell Dack will be on row 2. Brad Sheehan recovering from a spin in race 1 to take 3rd. And Jason West and Brian Branson are protagonists from race 1 on row 3. Ian Crisp lines up alongside the reigning champion, Kevin Denwood, on the 4th row as they come out from the assembly area. Row 5 will be Jasvis Sapra and Ronan Bradley. Then the first of the BMW Minis, which is Zach Blackwell and Dan Butcher-Lord. It looks like all of the leading runners are there. More BMW Minis on row 7, Andy Langley and James Goodall. Then Charlie Heatley starts alongside Michael Pensavalle. There's his E30 318. Ionut Carrare with his BMW Mini will start alongside James Ford, number 69. I'll try not to get the Ford father and son pairing mixed up this time. Lee Sullivan and Rob Austin will be next in their Minis. They failed to finish the race earlier on, so wait to see if they are present. Don't think they are. I can't see Lee Sullivan's orange Mini. Rob Austin is there, and then we should see Trevor Ford, Pete Miller, Chris Walton and Nigel Williams rounding out the grid. It did look a bit thin towards the back, so I think we're missing a few cars that hit problems in race 1. Jason West back out, minus his bumper. Busy weekend for him, racing in Classic Thunder as well. There's Dan Butcher-Lord, it's Langley, Goodall, Charles Heatley, Pensavalle, Ionut Carrare, the Romanian-born driver. There is 69 James Ford. It's behind him we need to see who is missing. All the front runners are there from race 1. James Card on the outside in the silver car on pole. Michael Vitulli in red alongside him. And Brad Sheehan in pink and white. As I said earlier, I think that livery comes from Days of Thunder. And we've got the Dackmeister, Russell Dack, the former overall champion. He was in a E46 compact then, similar to the car of Kevin Denwood. There are the Fords, James and Trevor. We're missing quite a few from the back, though. Nigel Williams is not there, nor is Chris Walton, nor is Pete Miller. I thought I saw Rob Austin on the green flag lap, but he's not there either. Lee Sullivan we know isn't there. Just waiting to see. I think they will do an extra green flag lap. They usually do, the BMWs. It's the 1 minute board, so we are going to get another warming up lap for the Kumho Tyres BMW Championship. It was an interesting race early on, fair bit of action and incidents. James Card kept his head out in front, finished well clear. Yes, the Fords are both there. We are missing about 4 or 5 cars from the back, unfortunately, but we'll concentrate on those that are there. James Card, Russell Dack, both stalwarts of this championship over the years. So is Jason West. Brad Sheehan, a relative newcomer, very quick, took the Class A championship last season. There's Jazz Sapra, not in his usual grey E46 M3 this weekend. He's in an E36, the earlier model. Saw plenty of those out in the pre-93 touring cars as well. I'm surprised that Dave Griffin doesn't race in this series as well with his Diet Coke car, although he didn't come out for the second Classic Thunder race. Perhaps doesn't fit with the Kumho BMW regulations. Ian Crisp in the 1 Series, that was the first 1 Series coupe to race in the UK. Very smart car it is as well. Won't be long, I suppose, before we see some of the new 2 Series cars come into this series possibly as well. But the good old M3 remains the favourite. There was an E30 M3 scheduled to race in other events here this weekend with Arthur Forster at the wheel, but sadly it didn't get past qualifying yesterday before problems developed. It's been a 20-minute race. Just keeping their Kumho tyres warm there. The light just beginning to fade slightly on this overcast day. The morning fog has gone. Still a little bit gloomy, so most of the cars with their headlights on. Marshals bring them up to the grid then. Those marshals are certainly braver than me, standing in front of the cars like that. Full credit to all our volunteer marshals once again, and everybody else here at Silverstone this weekend for making this brilliant weekend possible. One of the best race weekends that I've enjoyed for some time. I'm not saying that just because my favourite Super Tourers are here. It's been a brilliant weekend from every class of racing. There's still 2 more races to come. Marshall's just signalling the last couple of cars into line. Trevor Ford, the last to line up in number 25. Then the 5-second board will go aloft from the gantry, waiting for the red lights to come on. They do so, and they go out now, and we are underway. Down towards the first corner, round 2 of the Kumho BMW Championship underway. Great start by Michael Vitulli. He goes into the lead. James Card in 2nd place, and Jason West in 3rd in his still rear bumperless BMW M3. They head round towards Village for the first time. Vitulli leads it. Card rather having a look on the outside, then West and Sheehan. Vitulli runs a bit wide, taking Card with him. Ryan Branson with a decent start in the orange, number 26 as well. He's up into 5th position ahead of Ian Crisp. Start to sort themselves out, heading towards the hangar straight. It's Michael Vitulli in the invitation class car, not eligible for points, that car. Holds the lead ahead of Card, West, then it's Sheehan. Ian Crisp having a go at Brian Branson for 5th position. And a gap back to Kevin Denwood who is in 7th. Starting to sort themselves out. What's happened to Russell Dack? I didn't see him come round in the early stages. We seem to have lost him. So James Card attacks for the inside at club corner and goes through, takes the lead. Jason West trying to follow him there side by side as they come out, and Jason West sideways. Thought he was going to bounce off the side of Michael Vitulli there, and moves back across to defend from Brad Sheehan. Still trying to get a bit of heat into their Kumho tyres, I think. Ian Crisp a bit out of shape there as well. He's sliding all over the place, goes off onto the tarmac runoff area briefly, gathers up the 1 Series again. It is James Card who leads Brad Sheehan up into 2nd place down the inside there at Village Corner. Russell Dack, I think, has come through, but further back down the order. Didn't see what happened to him. He's concentrating on the leaders there. They're coming down the hanger straights. Card, Sheehan, Branson up into 3rd as a result of that moment for Michael Vitulli and Jason West. Again, that's a bit of, a bit of smoke from James Card's car there, but we saw that in the early stages of race 1 and it seemed to affect him. Through the left-hander at club, Brad Sheehan up there in 2nd. Superb looking car, that pink and white livery. Reminds me of Dave Pinkney's old British touring cars, though not quite as bright a shade of pink on the BMW. Well, James Card has done the fastest lap, 1:10.498. First full flying laps completed. Michael Vitulli down to 5th behind Jason West. Russell Dack has been given a 10-second penalty for an out-of-position start, so clearly something was amiss at the start of that race. Wondered where he'd gone. He's down in 13th place at the moment. Try and pick up on him coming back through the field if he can. And one of the BMW Minis into the pits, 44 Charlie Heatley in trouble. There goes your leader through Stowe Corner for the 3rd time. Sheehan 2nd, Branson 3rd, West is in 4th place. Jason West, the underscore BMW. Mixed weekend for him. A couple of podiums in the classic Thunder Saloons, but a tangle with Brian Branson earlier on resulted in that bit of damage to the back of his car. Now chasing Branson to try and take 3rd place from him. Brian Branson, who shares with Jazz Sapra in brick car races. There is Sapra in the yellow car, chased by Ronan Bradley, the UK-based Irishman. We've seen his brother Niall race with this championship as well in the past. Further down the order there, Michael Pensavale was one of them. 4 cars together for the lead. Michael Vitulli is losing pace by the look of it here. But there's a problem with the number 89 car, I'm not sure. We come out of the Vale, up towards Club. There are the leaders. Fastest lap of the race was done last time through by Jason West, 1:09.946, so dipping below 70 seconds there. Michael Vitulli, we'll see what his lap time is this time through. I think he's struggling. There go the 4 leaders. There is Michael Vitulli. His lap is a 1:11.6, so yes, just over a second off the leader's pace. As Sapra battling it out with Ronan Bradley. Bit of sideways action there from Brad Sheehan, slightly sideways through Village. He holds 2nd place. Chasing after James Card. He closed in a bit on that previous lap on the race leader. Jazz Sapra, the Warwickshire driver. And Sonny Gill, one of his running mates, also races in this series. There is number 17. That is Leonard Carrari, based in Manchester. And side by side, West and Branson, these two going at it again. Fighting for 3rd place. And Jason West move into a podium position. Through the left-hander they go. A little bit of lock-up from one of those cars there. Ransom stays ahead in the orange car. Russell Dack has made his way up into 7th, incidentally, after some sort of issue at the start. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Brad Sheehan is going for the lead here. Somebody going off there. Michael Pensavali's gone over the runoff area coming out of Abbey. E30. He joins in front of the lead battle. It is a lead battle now because they're reeling James Card in. I wonder if his throttle problem is starting to resurface that we heard about at the end of race 1. Back markers are going to come into play. Pensavale, then we've got one of the Fords, James Ford in car 69. Charlie Heatley, number 44, looks like is ahead of him, who's been into the pits. Russell Dack has done the fastest lap, 1 minute 9.466. So he tries to recover from whatever happened at the start. BMW Mini moves out of the way there of the leaders. Card's lead was quite substantial at the end of the first couple of laps, but now Brad Sheehan has reeled him in. Through club they come. The lead gap is half a second now. Ransom still third. Jason West unable to do anything about the orange machine ahead of him. Where's the other orange car got up to? That's of Russell Dack. It's on the timing screen. He has been given a time penalty for an out of position start. He had to have 10 seconds added to his race time. Here are the BMW Minis. Zach Blackwell, see the black and yellow car there in the distance, is leading the class once again ahead of Dan Butcher-Lord and Andy Langley. There is Michael Vitulli, seems to be struggling a bit in this one. On his own in 5th place. Jason West tries again. Can he get the inside away from Brian Bransom into the right-hander at Stowe? Looks like he's done it this time. Yes, he's through. Now he's got to hold it on the exit, though. Branson fights back. Good battle developing here for 3rd place. Here they come down into club corner. West's got the inside for the left-hander. And he makes it stick this time. Now Jason West will start to go after the 2 leaders. The gap was half a second. Let's see if James Card's been able to pull away. No, he hasn't. It's down to 0.3 this time, so Brad Sheehan closing up again. Jason West in his lightweight BMW with the rear bodywork missing. Trying to close in. Four E46 M3s. There is Russell Dack, fighting back after whatever the problem was at the start. He's up to 6 now. He's got ahead of Ian Crisp in the 1 Series. Series M Coupe. Races out to the Dackmeister. Jägermeister, of course, the famous orange livery. Appeared in the DTM on several cars in Germany, on Group C sports cars as well, and briefly in Formula 1 with the Eurobrun team. But nobody really saw the Jägermeister livery in Formula 1 because in the late 80s Eurobrun rarely qualified for races. Cars line astern now. Jason West is catching Brad Sheehan for 2nd place. We've still got 10.5 minutes to go, so we're coming up to half distance in this 20-minute race for the Kumho BMW Championship. It's all about these 4 E46 M3s out in front. Card, Sheehan, West and Branson. They rumble their way up towards Village. Back in 5th place is Michael Vitulli. There's Russell Dack, Ian Crisp. Next through we should see Kevin Denwood. We haven't seen much of Kevin, the reigning champion, as yet in this race. He's there in 8th place, leading Class C. There's the 1 Series. There are the Fords. Michael Pensavale as well. He's in between. They're 17th, 18th and 19th. They're at the tail of the field. The only retirement so far, Charlie Heatley, number 44 with his BMW Mini. 20 that started this race. Still the 4 of them battling away at the front of the field. Jason West all over the back of Brad Sheehan for 2nd place now. Still allowing James Card to escape very slightly. Let's see what his lead is this time through. It was 0.34 of a second, it's 0.51 now, so he escaped by a couple of tenths. Back markers coming into play now. And there is Rob Austin. Now, Rob Austin, I think, may have started from the pits because I didn't see him on the grid. That just might be why I got confused at the start. Whatever, the leaders have lapped him. Still they continue this flying for BMW M3s. Lapping the BMW Minis, Andy Langley will be the next one to go a lap down in the 51 car. Down the straight they come into Stowe Corner. Still a little bit of smoke there, slowing James Card down though. Who has in championship terms so often been the nearly man in this championship over the years. Could this be his year? We shall wait and see. A long way to go yet this season. Jason West going well in third. He could be in for 2 titles this year. Classic Thunder and Kumho BMW. Delayed a little there, lapping Dan Butcher-Lord. There was nowhere for Dan to go there. That's allowed Card and Sheehan to stretch away a little bit. They've now got a BMW Mini ahead of the class leader, Zach Blackwell, in the 411 car. Hopefully he'll see them there, coming down towards the link. Yes, he has, lets them through. BMW Minis are a point-scoring class this year. They were not eligible for points last year, as only a new demonstration measure brought in by the club, but they worked. Part of the Kumho BMW Championship. Just over 7 minutes to go here at Silverstone. James Card has led all the way so far in the silver machine. Brad Sheehan in the pink giving chase. A little bit sideways there out of club. Brian Branson trying to fight back against Jason West. Still no change in the order. Cards actually increased his lead a little bit that time through to 0.745 of a second. All the way by about half a second. Doesn't sound like much. Meanwhile, further down the order there is Kevin Denwood in 8th place. Ronan Bradley is 9th and Jazz Sapra in the yellow car is 10th. And they're soon going to be lapped by this quartet. A little bit of a mistake from Sheehan there, coming out of the link onto the hanger straight a little bit sideways. There's Michael Vitulli in the background, and he's being caught by Russell Dack. Ronan Bradley lapping Leonard Carrari. So I hope I pronounced that correctly, the Romanian-born driver. There is Card. He has pulled away from his pursuers slightly now. Next car to be lapped will be Michael Pensavalle. Seen him in an M3 in the past. Now in that little by comparison E30 saloon. Through towards Village. 5.5 minutes to go. Lead gap was up to nearly 1.5 seconds that time through, so Card is pulling away. Ronan Bradley is catching Kevin Denwood. Ronan Bradley leading Class B, Kevin Denwood leading Class C. Flashing their lights at the back markers here, just to let them know they're there. 25 of Trevor Ford, Mr. Chairman, goes a lap down. And who's done so much for the organisation of this wonderful series over the years. Oh, and Brad Sheehan was a bit wide there. Is Jason West going to get through for 2nd place? The run up the Vale. Brad Sheehan's got the inside for Club Corner. I think he's going to just about survive that scare. Yes, only just though. Brad Sheehan, he ran wide coming through Stowe. Almost lost 2nd place. Towards the back markers, Trevor Ford and Jazz Sapra go a lap down. James Ford as well. They're signalling the leaders through. The gap is still 1.5 seconds, just under. Jason West, could he go for 2nd here in the closing stages? Brian Branson just keeping a watching brief in fourth. There's 4 minutes to go. Down the straight they come. Ronan Bradley and Kevin Denwood up ahead. 8th and 9th about to be lapped. Brad Sheehan defends the inside. This is exactly what James Card wants, because the harder they fight each other behind him, the easier it'll be for him to break away for his second win. Jason West trying again, trying to line himself up for an attack into club corner. Sheehan will be wise to it, move to take the inside. There he goes. Through the right-hander at club. Ronan Bradley having a go at Kevin Den. The leaders will be hoping that those two aren't so engrossed in their battle for 8th place that they see them coming and don't impede them. Next card to the inside. It's past Bradley. Denwood doesn't give way immediately. He'll get through at the link there, he's done so. Battle of the BMW Minis, Rob Austin and Andy Langley. They're a couple of laps down, these two. Still just the one retirement, that being Charlie Heatley, number 44. This is for position. Rob Austin, Andy Langley and James Goodall. They're fighting for 3rd in the BMW Mini class and 13th overall. Zach Blackwell still leads the class. A couple of laps to go now. Jason West is really pushing to get past Brad Sheehan for 2nd place. Brian Branson behind in 4th. Over the line they go, with 1 lap to go next time around. Kevin Denwood in the background there trying to hold off Ronan Bradley. They are in different classes, they're both leading their classes as well. There's a slowing BMW Mini there, that's one of our battlers from that 3rd place fight. Oh, it's James Goodall, 47, has hit problems. So we go the leaders towards the hangar streets. And there is 47 James Goodall, and from Scarborough in Yorkshire. He's pulling over out of the race. The inside of Stowe Corner, safely away by the barriers. So there goes the 2nd place fights. They're not going to catch James Card here. Coming round to start his final lap. The question is, who's going to be 2nd? Will it be Brad Sheehan, Jason West or Brian Branson? Over the line to start their last lap. The lead is up to 2.4 seconds. That's the biggest it's ever been during this race. Brad Sheehan hang on to 2nd ahead of West. Up to Village for the last time. Well, he's been plagued by issues with this car over the last couple of years, James Card. He's been the nearly man for a few years in this championship. Could this be James Card's year? One way to go yet. It's looking good here at Silverstone. Pole position. Looking good for 2 race victories. Fastest lap is with Russell Dack. There he is in the background. Catch a glimpse of him, the orange car. Around the outside goes Jason West, determined to take 2nd place away from Brad Sheehan. What's he going to do into club for the final time? Can he get the inside away? We will find out, because here comes James Card. He is heading for win number 2 here at Silverstone. A glimpse in the background there. Who's going to come through? Sheehan hanging on. Oh, West made a mistake through club. He tried too hard to take 2nd place and he's lost 3rd. Oh dear. Great shame for Jason West. Card wins it. Sheehan 2nd and Brian Branson pinches 3rd on the final corner. Jason West tried an attack there. He got it wrong. Lost momentum. And Brian Branson snatches 3rd. It's James Card with a double victory here at Silverstone to kickstart his championship challenge perfectly. There are our class winners, Ronan Bradley and Kevin Denwood. They start their season with doubles too. Michael Vitulli wins the invitation class in 5th overall. Russell Dack, that 10-second penalty drops him to 6th overall. Class D is going to be won by James Ford this time, car number 69. And the BMW Minis have been won by, will be won by Zach Blackwell, number 411. Just crossing the line now. There's Michael Pensavali, a bit of damage to the front of the E30 there. He was home behind Dan Butcher-Lord. Third in the BMW Minis, looks like it's going to go to Rob Austin. There he is across the line. Give you the results then in a second. Well, the win goes to James Card. He pulled his winning advantage out to 4 seconds in the end for a close battle early on. Brad Sheehan taking second place and Brian Bransom taking third on the last bend. Jason West. Michael Vitulli fifth and the winner of the invitation class. Russell Dack, his penalty dropping into sixth. And Ian Crisp in the 1 Series M Coupe seventh. Ronan Bradley wins Class B in eighth. Kevin Denwood Class C in ninth. Then Jasvir Sapra rounds out the top 10. Then the BMW Minis of Blackwell, Butcher-Lord, Austin and Langley. Trevor Ford taking 15th place ahead of James Ford, his son winning Class D ahead of Michael Pensavali. The other finisher was Ionut Carrare. We lost the BMW Minis of James Goodall and Charlie Higley. We'll head down to Parc Ferme shortly with Ian Waterhouse to talk to some of our successful drivers. 1 race to go here at Silverstone.
Welcome down to Parc Ferme, everybody. Another fantastic race, wasn't it? Battles all over the park. And this man, James, he played his cards right there. James Card, did you get that? No? I tried to crack a joke, James, but people don't get it. And that was another exciting. But last few laps, though, you actually managed to get away a little bit. Was it help that certainly Brad and Jason had a bit of a battle behind you?
Yeah, because my power steering fell from lap 1, so I've been manhandling the thing, couldn't get it into corners, couldn't turn around, so my arms are absolutely dead. Luckily, they started battling because they were going to get me at some point.
Let me feel that.
No,
whoa, that is...
Honestly, those with no power steering are hard to drive.
Do you know what, Jason? After race 1 as well, you said you had an issue. You really do manage your crisis quite well because we don't have a clue.
Oh, doesn't feel like it in the car. There was every swear word under the planet going on in there, but I wasn't sure it was going to get to the end. But it did, so thankfully. But now I've got very sore arms.
Well, look, you can go rest up now. Congratulations, great weekend for you. We've got Zach Blackwell again. It's deja vu, actually, this, isn't it? From earlier in the day. Zach, back again.
How are you doing?
I feel like maybe we could have just played the recording from earlier and nobody would have noticed a cracking race out there.
Yeah, that was brilliant, thank you. It was a little bit hectic at first and then sort of worked my way into it, but then I've killed my brakes. Yeah, for about halfway through, I've killed them.
Goodness, there was no more laps then, huh?
Yeah, no, they are absolutely toast. So yeah, managed the race towards the end and just made sure I didn't get any too many lock-ups and things like that. I could feel the back end twitching a lot on braking. So yeah, good days for racing.
I was going to say, it's been great weekends racing,
yeah.
great start to the season for you as well.
Really enjoyed it. Thanks to all you guys as well for being out here.
Thank you. How nice is that? Right, we've got one more race left to go, so I'm going to hand over to Dave Goddard to take you through it.